I remember my very first client in sales. I called on the phone and I said, "Good afternoon. I am hoping that I would have the opportunity to meet with you. I'm calling from so. And he said, "No, no interested." I said, "Okay, no problem. But would it be okay if I met to just learn more about your business? I don't need to sell you anything." And my intention was to not sell him anything. I was more concerned about the relationship. And that, I'm thankful, gave me a beautiful lesson. Because when I went and I heard more about his business, and I just sat and I listened, and I think he was also hoping that I would disappear. He told me to come for 8 in the morning, and I was there by 7 in the morning, and I sat and I waited. And he passed me by and he said, "Let me just open up." He opened his restaurant up. And then it was about 10 in the morning, he passed by and he said, "You still here?" I said, "Yes, I'm still here." He said, "Well, let me just see about lunch, okay?" I said, "Okay." And then after 1, he came, "Oh my gosh, you still here?" I said, "Yes." He said, all right, you can come and see me now." So who knows, maybe that was a test, maybe it wasn't, maybe it just happened that way, but I sat patiently and I waited because I was more concerned about him as an individual. I was more concerned about his business. And I felt that having the opportunity to sit in his presence, every time you get an opportunity to sit with someone, sit in the presence of someone, you're sitting with royalty, and there's some jewel that you receive from it, some treasure that you're able to find. And I sat with him, asked him about his business, and by the end of it, he said, "So what did you want to sell me?" I said, "No, I don't want to sell you anything. I sincerely wanted to hear about your business, and as promised, there's nothing I want to sell you." He said, "Well, I want to buy from you."
This is more interesting.
Yeah. And my biggest no, as I always tell each person I talk to, became my biggest yes. And that more or less channeled or directed the way that I would go in terms of sales. I was always more concerned about the individual. And eventually the sales came, even if it did not come from what I was selling at the time, which would have been radio advertising. It came in other ways, because then they may have wanted me to do something else. "Okay, you're a broadcaster as well. Can you host this show?" And I didn't expect it. It came in very magical and unexpected ways. But I was more concerned about the individual, about the business, not about the sale. So while everything is sales, everything is still not sales, if you can understand the irony of that. And eventually, because I'm concerned about the business, I'm an ideas person as well. And I started making suggestions. Or if I see something, I'll say, "Hey, I saw so taking place. I think it would be great for your business. Why not we have some banners here, or we can do that?" And when persons saw certain things that I would suggest or recommend working, then they wanted me to do more for them. And they were like, "Okay, I know you do radio sales, and I know you write radio ads, and I know you can voice radio ads, but do you think you can also take care of my television?" And I said, "Sure, no problem. Yes, I can." And I started
Just
working.
ask, I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. And the videographer that I started working with the television ads, he said, "You're getting so many television ads. Why don't you do your own television show? Because it's going to work out cheaper for your clients as well if you do your own television show and you buy the time from the television station. Then it would work out better for them and it would work out better for you." And I said, "You know what? Okay." So then the videographer asked me, he said, "Well, what would you call the show? What do you want to do? What do you love?" That's all he asked. "What do you love?" I said, "Well, I love food. I really love food. I would love for someone to just fill me and I could eat and eat and eat." And he said, "Okay, I know you love food, but I don't think someone would just want to see you eat and eat and eat. So maybe the show could have something else in it." I said, "Well, you know what? I also love people. I love people. And I think that there is something within each person that we could learn. So why not I have food and I sit and I talk to persons? I said, and I love fashion too, so let's put that in. I know what, let's call the show Triple F, Fashion and Food with Friends. And that's how it started. And we would go to different restaurants. We would also go to street food. So it will show that you can chat with someone in a casual setting, or you can chat with someone in a more intimate setting. But whatever form that conversation may take, it's still so very valuable. And I started selling the show for myself because I was already doing sales, and I started marketing the show on my own. And by the second season, we started filming in other Caribbean islands. We started filming in Jamaica and so forth. And the only reason I stopped the show is because one of the persons that started advertising on the show and started booking radio ads with me and asking me to do their television as well, and that I was giving ideas to, was an international brand. And they said, our marketing person left, and you were already giving such great ideas. We started winning awards with some of them. We love your ideas. We love the energy that you bring. We are not sure if we could have you on because as a consultant, we know what we pay you, and that's not what we give as a salary. And I said, you know what? But I did see that marketing person traveling nearly every other week. Sign me up. I'll do it.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
I love that.
I decided because it was a food brand and I wanted to do really well with marketing, I wanted to give it my all. I said, let me put that show on hold and just ensure that I advance in the marketing realm of things. And that's how everything developed. One thing led to the other. And that's how beautiful life is. It was Steve Jobs who said, it is in looking back that you're able to connect the dots. And for me, in connecting the dots, it started with a no that transformed into a yes, because I had yes energy.
It is full of inspiration. All right. Now, what is the situation of the TV show now? I think. What is the situation? Is it still existing? Has it transformed? What is the level?
That television show, it would have been 15 years ago, and I've had 15 years as a marketer. So that is what I focused on. I focused on marketing and established my marketing career, in which now I'm developing my marketing company. So I've had brands now that I started working with in Australia, some brands in Florida, and right here within the Caribbean as well. So I opened a marketing company as well as a publishing company and an NPO.
That's super. That's super. That's super. Now, talking of marketing, where do you see some beginners marketers get it wrong? Because I think marketing now is going to be everything.
Wanting to sit in an office, that's where you get it wrong. Marketing is an outside job, and I think it's important that you learn about the different tools that you're going to be using for your clients. I think a lot of newbies in marketing, they come in, they would have gotten their degree, learned how to do this, the theory of it. But when it comes to the practical, I think it's a lot more difficult than they would have expected, because it's a hands-on job. It's not a sit down in the office job. Yes, you have to sit down in the office, you have to analyze the data that is coming to you, but you have to be out there, because you have to ensure that you are on the ground and you understand what is the beat of the environment that you're serving. You really need to understand your product inside out, and you can't do that by just sitting in an office. So I think a lot of persons, they have an approach in which they would then hire an agency. I mean, I wouldn't mind, because I have a marketing company now, so you can sit down and be comfortable, but learn about your tools and truly understand it. I've witnessed marketers, some of them saying, oh, I don't do social media. You're a marketer. You need to do everything that is about marketing, because remember, even if someone is a social media manager and you'd hire someone for that, it's still under the umbrella of marketing. So you need to know, just like in a business, you may have a business, but your workers would respect you more when they know that you know every aspect of that business inside out. And I think that's how it needs to be for marketers. The same way, my love for radio, I think is what spilled into every area that I serve. Because my love for radio, I wanted to not just know about being a broadcaster or an on-air personality. I did sound engineering, I did sales, I understand traffic, I worked for free in the newsroom, I did newscasting, I understood every aspect of the business. Even if they would ask me, hey, could you hold on for the receptionist? I'll be like, yes, I can. I would go all Obama for them. For everything, it's like, yes, I can. Be willing to learn about every aspect of the business. And it's the same in terms of marketing. Know too about the subcategories that fall under marketing. You want to ensure that you are an authority on it. And if you're in a situation, even if a member of your team had to leave today or tomorrow, you're able to fill in because you know it and you're able to also support. But marketing, first and foremost, it's not just a desk job, and people need to get that.